And Hazrat Anas radiyallahu anhu said, Hazrat Abdullah bin Salam radiyallahu anhu submitted to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Undoubtedly, Hazrat Gabriel alayhi salam among the angels is the antagonist of the Jews. Hazrat Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu says, Lanahnu Safun refers to the angels. Hazrat Anas bin Malik, Hazrat Malik bin Sa'sa radiyallahu anhu report that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, while I was lying near the Kaaba, in a state between asleep and awake. He then mentioned, I was lying between two men. So I was brought a gold basin full of wisdom and faith. Then at the front was cleared from the pit of the neck down to below the belly. Thereafter, the inner side of the belly was washed with zamzam, and then filled with wisdom and faith. Later, a white animal, buraq, that was smaller than a mule and bigger than an ass, was brought near to me. So I set out with Gabriel alayhi salam till I reached the lowest heaven. It was asked, Who are you? He replied, It is Gabriel. It was asked, Who is with you? He replied, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was asked, Has he been sent for? He replied, Yes. It was said, Welcome. How a nice comer has arrived. I reached near Hazrat Adam alayhi salam and saluted him. He said in reply, Welcome to such a son and a prophet. Then we reached the second heaven. It was asked, Who is that? He replied, It is Gabriel. It was asked, Who is along with you? He replied, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was asked, Has he been sent for? He replied, Yes. It was said, Welcome to him. What a nice comer has come. I reached near Hazrat Isa, Jesus alayhi salam, and Hazrat Yahya, John. Both of them said, Welcome to such a brother and prophet. Then we came to the third heaven. It was asked, Who is there? He replied, It is Gabriel. It was asked, Who is along with you? He replied, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was asked, Has he been sent for? He replied, Yes. It was said, Welcome to him. What a nice comer has arrived. Then I reached near Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam, Joseph, and saluted him. He said, Welcome to you, O brother and prophet. Thereafter we reached the fourth heaven, and it was asked, Who are you? He replied, Here is Gabriel. It was asked, Who is with you? He replied, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was asked, Has he been invited? He replied, Yes. He said, Welcome to him. How a nice comer has come. I visited Hazrat Idris and saluted him. He said, Welcome to such a brother and prophet. Afterwards, we reached the fifth heaven. There it was asked, Who is there? He replied, Here is Gabriel. It was asked, Who is with you? He replied, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was asked, Has he been invited? He replied, Yes. He said, Welcome to him. What a nice comer has come. Then I reached Hazrat Aaron alayhi salam and greeted him. He said, Welcome to a brother and prophet. Then we reached the sixth heaven, and it was asked, Who are you? He replied, Gabriel. It was asked, Who is with you? He replied, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was inquired, Has he been sent for? He replied, Yes. He said, What a nice comer has come. Then I reached near Hazrat Moosa, Moses alayhi salam, and saluted him. He said, Welcome to such a brother and prophet. When I passed on, he started weeping. It was asked, What has made you weep? He said, O Lord, more followers of this young man who was commissioned after me than mine will enter paradise. Thereafter, we reached the seventh heaven. It was asked, Who is there? He replied, It is Gabriel. It was asked, Who is along with you? He replied, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was asked, Has he been sent for? He replied, Yes. He said, Welcome to him. What a nice comer has made a visit. Thereafter I reached Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam and saluted him. He said, Welcome to such a son and prophet. The Baytul Ma'mur was shown to me. When I asked Gabriel alayhi salam about it, he replied, It is Baytul Ma'mur. 70,000 angels perform prayer here daily. Once they depart after performing the prayer, they never have got their turn again. Then I was taken to Sidratul Muntaha, the tree of the boundary, and its berries fruit were as big as the pictures of Hajar, and its leaves were like an elephant's ear. 4 rivers flow from its root. 2 rivers are concealed and 2 are apparent. I asked Gabriel, and he said, as for 2 concealed ones, they are in paradise, and the apparent ones are the Nile and the Euphrates. Then 50 prayers were prescribed for me on daily basis. Thereafter I returned till I reached Hazrat Moses alayhi salam. He inquired, what did you do for your ummah? I replied, 50 prayers have been made obligatory for me. He said, I know the people better than you. I have much experience of Banu Israel. Your ummah will not be able to do so. Hence go back and ask your Lord to grant some concession. I went back and requested for concession. So 40 were prescribed. Then again I did so, and they were reduced to 30. Then I repeated the same, and 20 were prescribed. And when again I requested for the same, they were reduced to 10. When I came back to Hazrat Moosa alayhi salam, he said the same. When it was requested, 5 were enjoined. I again came back to Hazrat Moosa alayhi salam, and he asked, what have you done? I replied, now 5 are left. He said what he had said earlier. I replied, I have accepted them with goodness. Then a voice came, I have executed what I have made obligatory, and facilitated my bondmen, and I will grant tenfold reward for one good deed. What Hammam, Qatada, Hassan, Abu Huraira report from the Prophet. It contains the phrase Al-Baytul Ma'mur. Sahih Bukhari Hadith number 3207.